Here are 5 things to note about how credit cards work in Kenya. So we start with the definition. A credit card is a plastic card that mirrors what we Kenyans call the ATM card, a debit card. But the difference is that the credit card is issued typically by a bank that allows you to access credit. So unlike a debit card that allows you to access the money that is in your current account or in a savings account, the credit card allows you to borrow from the provider, which is a bank or a financial institution. You will be assigned a limit, and you can use that limit depending on your needs, for example, to do shopping. Number 1 is the interest-free window. Typically, the credit card will have a period, usually 20 to 55 days, within which you can borrow or use the card without incurring any interest. For example, the interest-free window could be between the first day of the month and the 30th day of the month, meaning all the transactions that you will carry throughout this 30-day window will not attract any interest. However, on the 31st or the 1st of the second month, the credit becomes due, meaning if the money is not paid by the 1st of this month, on the 31st day of the month, then it will start incurring interest or charges. This is one of the major benefits of credit cards. So if you use them correctly within the interest-free window, it means you will be accessing other people's money without paying for it. So in the example I gave, if you borrow on the 5th of the month and the credit card debt becomes due on the 31st or on the 1st, then if you repay it on the 29th, you do not incur any interest or any charges. Number 2 is cash withdrawal. Unlike a debit card, or what we like to call ATM cards, the credit card incurs an extra cost whenever you make a withdrawal from the ATM or you make a cash withdrawal of any form. So typically the credit card allows you to use the credit limit for cash transactions, say paying to a supermarket or to an online store. However, if you are to withdraw this money, then you will incur higher than normal charges for both the withdrawal as well as the interest will be higher than the interest you will pay for the purchases made on the card. Number 3 is the limit. So typically the bank will ask for your KYC documents, or the financial institution will want to know your creditworthiness when issuing the card. After assessing your ability to repay, you will be given a credit limit, which then you can use without having to make a fresh application. So for example, if you submitted an application and you are given a limit of 50,000, once you have the card, you can continue using this 50,000 as you wish without having to make a fresh application. Number 4 is loyalty points. So credit cards are big on the loyalty points. So anytime you use a credit card, you will be assigned loyalty points, which you can redeem for discounts, for cash offers, and other prices that may vary from one credit card provider to the other. Number 5 is eligibility criteria. Many Kenyans assume that credit cards are only a reserve for the rich. However, with an income of as low as 20,000, you can qualify for a credit card with a number of financial institutions in Kenya, majorly banks, and the only difference is that the limit will vary depending on your creditworthiness. So you may get a credit card limit of 20,000, 50,000, 200,000, depending on your personal needs as well as your ability to repay. Also remember, using a credit card is a form of incurring credit which has cost to it. So if you do not use it well, it can become a burden to you with high interest credit that can become unsustainable in the long term. Money254.co.ke has written more about how credit cards work in Kenya. Click on the link provided in bio to learn more.